This is Manchester United, a club built on glory, dominance, and history. But just imagine if all of that vanished overnight. Today, I'm resetting Man United, wiping away every Premier League, every Champions League, and starting them down in League 2. As the goal will be to take Man United to the very top and win them the treble. And this is the current Man United side, but they have been reset, and this is what the club looks like now. Not a single Man United player that has ever played for the club. But don't you worry, throughout this entire challenge, with every milestone we do complete, we will be able to unlock a past or present Man United player. As our first milestone is to win our first ever football game. And Man United's first ever game is against Barrow. Can we go ahead and get our first victory here? And it's going to be a 3-1 victory. As a player named Charlton scored a brace, he might be a legend one day. And that means our first milestone has been achieved. The question is, what player are we going to unlock? And it's going to be Marcus Rashford. That's brilliant. And as Marcus Rashford joins Man United, I'm sure he will take us to the next milestone, which is to promote to League 1 to unlock the next player. However, there's a huge issue. Marcus Rashford now sucks. He has converted to a 65 overall, and he is no longer the same player. And that is because we're still in League 2, so the first couple players we get will be players from overalls from 65 to 70 and 75. But as we get closer to the top division and start winning Premier Leagues and FA Cups, we'll be getting players in their absolute primes. But hey, we gotta start somewhere, as Rashford lines up next to Charlton, who kind of reminds me of a young Wayne Rooney. However, promoting to League 2 is gonna be difficult when we only have 3 million in the transfer budget. And if we look at our team, other than our striker and left wing position, every other position in the lineup could be improved on. For 1.7 million, we bring in Arthur Nkunku, a goalkeeper who used to play for Arsenal. And for 1.3 million, Charlie Coutinho, another former Arsenal Academy graduate. And as they join the side, I think it's very possible to promote to League 1. And of course, it's very important that we buy coaches and put development plans on all of our players if we ever want to win a treble with United. However, the Youth Academy is also very important, as we're sending our 1-star scout to England for the next 9 months to look for players for our core in the strikers, center mids, and center backs. I hope by the end of the season I get 1 or 2 amazing talents. So it's time to simulate Man United's first ever professional season. And who else but Marcus Rashford to be our best player? 32 goals in a single season. However, Liam Charlton did put up 24 goals. Like I mentioned before, he could become a legend. And you know what? Our squad isn't looking too bad. Maybe there are some hidden gems with this new United team. But the question is, did we hit our next milestone and promote to League 1? And yes, we have. We are going to League 1 with only 2 losses to our name, which means we have unlocked our second player. We will find out at the start of the brand new season. But before we go into season number 2, as Man United have been reset, I have the opportunity to create a new playstyle here for this club. And I think the 4-3-3 attack is exactly what I want to build around. And with players like Liam Charlton, Marcus Rashford, Charlie Coutinho, and Arthur Nkunku, I think we'll be winning the treble in only a couple seasons time. However, there is some great news, as we found 2 amazing players in the Youth Academy this season. A center back in Riley Hope at 70 overall, and a center mid in Tyler Robinson, as they both have upwards of 85 potential. Man, these guys would be huge upgrades for United in real life over the likes of Maguire and Casemiro. And to kick off season number 2, it's time to find out what player we are unlocking, and it's going to be Daniel James. And as Daniel James joined the side, sadly he's down to a 69 overall. However, his pace has maintained, which is brilliant. However, he isn't the only one, as Robinson and Hope are looking beautiful in that starting 11. And to begin this season, we do have 6 million to spend, as our next milestone is to go ahead and promote to the championship. And the 2 players I've brought in for 3 million is Calvin Ramsey. This guy was supposed to be the next Trent Alexander-Arnold. And for the rest of our 3 million, we brought in Simpson Pussey. This guy has gotten a decent amount of minutes in the Premier League and has a dodgy name. And our brand new lineup is looking absolutely incredible. We might be able to promote to League 1 and unlock our next past and present Man United player. And unfortunately, we don't have any money left to provide to the Youth Academy. However, as we climb up the English ranks, we'll be given more and more money, where not only can we invest highly in the Youth Academy, but also sign some of the best players in the world. And yes, we've done it again, promoting straight to the championship with only 1 loss to our name. Once again, Sir Marcus was our best player with 33 goals. And Liam Charlton continues to cook, even going up a +4. And Daniel James had a pretty decent season as well. And let me tell you, this squad is looking absolutely incredible. And as long as we can maintain our players, we can definitely survive relegation from the championship. But kicking off season 3, there is some terrible news. Arsenal have bought our starting keeper for 15 million, as Nkunku leaves aside. And our lineup is looking terrible without him. We could definitely relegate if we don't sign a good replacement. But at least the good news is we have 26 million left to spend. However, we still need to unlock our best player. Can we go ahead and get a goalkeeper like David De Gea? And no, it's Patrick Dorgu, an actual current Man United player. I will take that. And as Patrick Dorgu joins the side, he is at a 73 overall. Fits nicely in that left back position. But this squad definitely needs improvements if we want to survive relegation from the championship. But I honestly can't wait for the day that we could possibly get prime Cristiano Ronaldo. And the two players I've decided to sign for 10 million each is Mike Penders, a talented young goalkeeper, and young English talent from Sunderland, Chris Rigg. And this team is slowly starting to look like a low-end Premier League side. And that has left us with enough money to get a 4-star scout, as we're going to continue looking in the youth academy for center mids and wingers as Rashford and Daniel James are getting older. And as we're going to the end of the season, our next milestone is to promote to the Premier League. And another season where Rashford's our best player, 36 goals. However, he just hit 30 years old and is probably going to stop growing. And it's another brilliant season from the likes of Liam Charlton and Charlie Patino, as Daniel James has hit his peak and will probably not provide for us anymore. But other than the two old men, this squad is growing quite nicely. But the question is that we promote to the Premier League. And no, sadly, we failed to get to automatic promotion. But yes, we have reached the promotion playoff final against Sheffield. But can we go ahead and beat Sheffield and go to the Premier League and unlock another past and present United player? And no, it's a 3-1 loss, as Charlton scores our only goal. And as we failed to promote to the Premier League, we will not unlock this player just yet. But there is some good news, as we found two more incredible talents. Zachary Watson, a center mid with 88 to 94 potential, and Dominic Hood, a right winger who can replace Daniel James. Two incredible talents. And sadly, to begin season 4, another player has been poached, Charlie Patino, for 20 million, and he has gone to Chelsea. However, to be honest, I'm not that upset. We could have lost way more players, as we now have 35 million to spend on transfers. And I have brought in two huge transfers. For 15 million, Ashley Phillips from Tottenham Hotspur, a great center back. For 20 million, we have brought in Kostulas. And as the two brand new signings have joined the squad, Hood will also be starting to get ready for the Premier League, because I want to promote to unlock that next player. It could be somebody huge. And for the first time, Charlton is the top goal scorer with 32 goals. I think the torch has been passed. And the growth of this team continued to look absolutely incredible. I can't lie, I think this team would finish above the current Man United side. But did we promote to the Premier League? And yes, we have absolutely no question, with only 2 losses, which means we will unlock our next player at the start of the brand new season. However, now that we're going to the Premier League, I fear that our best rated players in the squad will be poached by huge clubs. And in our first season in the Premier League, we had a small exodus, as Patrick Dorgu has been snapped up by Bayern for 20 million, and Chris Rigg for 50 million has joined Real Madrid. And that does leave us with 2 holes in the defense and in the midfield. But we at least do have 100 million to replace them. But of course, we still need to unlock our next former or present Man United player. Subscribe and comment down below which past Man United player would save them in real life. And it's going to be a prime Wilfried Zaha. And as Wilfried Zaha joins Man United, here he is in his prime, 26 years old, 83 overall, the highest rated in the entire team. And he also has some incredible play styles. And now with Rashford replacing the starting 11, it's time to make our signings. And I actually decided to bring back 2 Man United players. For 35 million, we have brought in Harry Amas. And for 50 million, we have brought in Kobe Mainu. And as they join the lineup, I think we're ready for our next milestone, as it's to win our first Premier League game. And our first Premier League game is a tough one, as we're facing Villa. Can we go ahead and get our first victory and unlock another United player? It's a 4-3 victory, as Liam Charlton scores 4 goals. This guy is gonna become a legend for sure, man. But the question is, what Man United player are we unlocking next? And it's going to be Brian Mbeumo. I will take that, you know. So as Brian Mbeumo joins Man United and joins the starting 11, our next milestone is to finish above 13th place, because we definitely have the side to survive relegation, and we really need to push up the table. And what a season Charlton has had in the Prem with 33 goals. But prime Wilfried Zaha and Brian Mbeumo have done incredible as well. And I cannot lie, this squad is is looking absolutely ridiculous. Don't be surprised if we finished way above 13th place. And somehow we finished in 11th? Look how many goals we scored. Look at our goal difference. Why did we not secure more victories, man? But regardless, we reached the next milestone. And we'll find out very soon who is the next player we unlock. But this is huge. Liam Charlton won the Golden Boot. Please, nobody take him away from us. And in the new season, we lose 2 more players. For 70 million, Mike Penders goes to Bayern Munich. And for 80 million, Kobe Mainu has put on Luis Figo and gone to Man City. It leaves us with 241 million. But it leaves 2 huge holes in our starting 11. However, we still get to unlock another player, and it's going to be Roy Keane. And as Roy Keane joins Man United, he becomes the brand new captain of the side. As our next milestone to hit is to win our first trophy. And as long as we sign a brand new goalkeeper and even improve our defense, we should be able to win more than 1 trophy. And I've gone ahead and signed 3 amazing defenders for 40 million each. We are bringing in James Trafford from Everton, Tino Livramento, who was playing at Como, and Mark Guehi, who was playing for Marseille. We're definitely winning trophies this season. And boys, we have reached our first final against the Bottle Jobs Arsenal. And Charlton is the top goal scorer of the Carabao. We should win our trophy. And the score is going to be a 4-3 loss, as Rodrigo Mora and Endrick knock us out. And as we miss out on unlocking our next player, luckily we're still in the FA Cup. Let's win that trophy. And yes, we have done it. We're in the FA Cup final. However, it's against a better team in Liverpool, but Charlton again is the top goal scorer. And there is no way we bottle 2 cup finals in a row here. Can we go ahead and get this victory? It's a 3-1 loss, as Versa Moledo denies us our first trophy. But regardless, it's another great season from Liam Charlton, and Roy Keane had a brilliant season back at United. And I can't lie, this team is looking like a Champions League side. However, if we did not win the Premier League, there will be no trophy and no unlocking a player this season. And sadly, Liverpool win the Prem title. However, we finish in 6th place. We will have Europa League football next season. And surprisingly, in the new season, we absolutely maintain our squad and nobody is leaving. And we will have around 140 million to spend on transfers. But I decided to spend all the funds on a superstar. And for 120 million, we are bringing in Desiree Doué for that right wing position. And as he joins the lineup, there is no way we do not win our first trophy to unlock our next player. And we have reached our first ever European final, the chance to win the Europa League, as again Charlton is the top goal scorer. There is no way we lose the Europa League tonight, especially not against Chelsea, as it's a 4-3 loss. We should have won. However, this time around, Roy Keane is the top goal scorer, with Charlton, Doué, and Zaha right behind him. And man, this team should have won a trophy by now if we somehow win the Premier League. And yes, boys, we have done it. We have won the Premier League, which means we unlock our next United player. However, the milestone after that was to win the Premier League, so we unlock a second player at the start of next season. If we get 2 big players, we can win the treble as of next year. And kicking off the new season, the biggest betrayal of all time has occurred. Liam Charlton is joining Man City. No, boys, this cannot be happening. We're supposed to win the treble this season. However, let's see who the first player that we are unlocking for winning a trophy, and it's Wayne Rooney. Let's go, in his prime as well. And for winning the Premier League, who do we get to bring in to help us win the treble? And it's Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime. So as a prime Wayne Rooney and a prime Cristiano Ronaldo join the side, this is what our squad is looking like, as Rooney will be playing at cam and Ronaldo at left wing, which means with the 300 million we got from Charlton, we need a brand new striker. So for 100 million, we are bringing in Benjamin Sesko to lead the line for us to win the treble, hopefully. And as Benjamin Sesko joins the side, our final milestone to hit is to win that treble. And at the end of the season, Ronaldo was our best player with 34 goals, but Sesko was an incredible signing. And this is what our team is looking like. Surely this team got to the UCL final and hopefully won the treble. And yes, we have won back-to-back Premier Leagues. However, Man City beat us to the Community Shield. But we do win the FA Cup. That's a double so far. And the Carabao Cup was actually won by Chelsea. But boys, we are in the UCL final. If we can win this game, we will be treble winners. But the question is, can United beat the Bottle Jobs and secure the treble? And it's going to be a 6-0 victory, as Ronaldo scores a hat-trick and Rooney scores 2. Man, Dortmund suck. And if you guys enjoyed this video, click on the screen and watch me play the entire career of Max Dowman.